All right, so let's go now. We saw her first last week. Surprise Witness TV was doing an analysis, and now she's going to take a look at that body cam footage that we just took a look at in part.
Hang on, I got it mixed up.
Cool. Cool.
Uh,
Doing it live. That'll be a good clip Genie mashup.
Yeah, doing it live. Oh, dude, yeah, blooper reel.
Right. I'll write that down.
Well, I was gonna say too, Chris, like,
yeah, go ahead.
Just real quick while we're kind of here for a second. Like we talked last week about the Martin Luther King assassination civil trial, about how the U.S. government, I think in the verdict it was government agencies that were named, but there was none actually named in the verdict. So there's some like controversy around that. But in the actual court transcript, you can look up and see which agencies were named, including the Memphis police, so local police, right?
Yeah.
FBI, CIA, Memphis Police Department, and U.S. Army outfits in the U.S. Army, including U.S. Army Intelligence and the 111th Military Intelligence Group. So, yeah. So, I mean,
some of those groups might be loyal to the deep state and not the American people.
Yep, exactly. And we're seeing like the same cast of characters where it's like multiple government agencies, local police, kind of all in different ways playing dumb and coming up with excuses as to, why it's the other guy or why they just don't know. So it's very interesting.
Yeah, when there's that famous picture, like I said, of Martin Luther King pointing right before he gets shot, I think he's pointing at the FBI.
Yeah, exactly. I went there recently. I went to that. It was like 6 months ago. I went to Memphis and checked it out and saw that, and it's exactly how it was. It's currently exactly how it was in that photo. Like the same cars parked out front, everything.
Yeah.
Now it's the National Civil Rights Museum is right next to it.
Well, right on.
Very interesting. Yeah.
It's good that sites like that where big historical events have happened are preserved to some extent so that people can learn about their history and then later find out about the real history behind that history.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right, cool. Now we're ready for that surprise witness.
Yeah.
Let's get to it. Let's premiere.
Hello, everybody. How are you doing on this fine Tuesday? It's past my bedtime. Not actually, but it's like 8:49 p.m. on Tuesday, July 23rd. I was on the internet, definitely not minding my own business. Let me pull this up. And I saw this tweet from an account I just started following today called Into Thin Air. So I just started following this account today, and then I saw that he had posted this like an hour before. Okay. So it says, breaking rooftop footage from police body cam. View from the roof. Listen close. Hashtag Butler, hashtag Trump, hashtag Secret Service. As you can see, it is a 3-minute long clip. Okay, cool. So I have, I have downloaded it. So let me pull it up. I think the audio is better when I download it and play it through here. Okay, here we go.
This is him. Okay.
So if y'all want to watch that one, that is how you find it. And I can also put the link in the thing below whenever I'm done here. Okay. So if you want to watch it all the way through, you can go watch it all the way through over there. What I want to do, I want to comment, I want to comment on this. And I also want to provide some analysis, also like a little bit react. I've already seen it, so it's not like really a react, but it kind of is because I'm going to be reacting as we go. Just not a first impression. Hello, everybody. Emergency live at almost 9 p.m. The Secret The Secret Service director did resign today, as I predicted yesterday. So within 24 hours of that prediction. Okay. So much stuff has happened today too, but I just want to get into the body camera right now only because that's the title of the video. But it's like a lot of stuff's happening all at once. Now, if you will recall, just one more thing I want to mention before I go on. If you will recall, I had Shane and his sister, Kristen, aka KB, on here the day of the rally, if you recall. The day of the rally, the day it happened, the day of the incident, I had them on, brother, sister. They both were there. And they get into talking about it, right? And they both say this, but especially the sister, KB, she's like, I don't know. I'm not saying this is the shooter. I'm not saying this is him. But I feel like, I don't know, like I saw this guy getting off of a Harley Davidson motorcycle, is black. She said, I saw him getting off of this motorcycle in front of the building that the shooter was sitting on top of. And he was, you know, she describes how he was dressed and all that. And she's like, he starts walking down the fence line and then I lose track of him and I never see him again. But then when I look back to that building, I'm paraphrasing here. Y'all can go watch that video. I just started a playlist too. So I'll put those on there too, so you can watch them in order. But she says she lost track of him. And she even said it over and over again. I'm not saying that's the shooter, but I am just saying that guy showed up. He was pulled up into an area where there was only cops. It was supposed to be restricted. So was he a cop? Who was this guy? She's talking about the motorcycle. Well, then I go to Butler, Pennsylvania the very next day after the shooting, and the bike was still there. The motorcycle, the Harley Davidson, still there. Then the AP posted drone footage the next day, the 15th. No, I think it was the 16th. I don't know. It was the next day after I went there. I don't remember exact days right now. Because it's live. Otherwise, I'll go just check it. But I'm just trying to get to the point. I went the next day. The bike was still there. AP drones over the next day. The Harley Davidson still appeared to be there. So it was still just sitting in the same spot. So you could verify that there was indeed a motorcycle sitting there. Well, I needed to lead with that because we're about to hear some things about a bike. And I'm not... Just keep it in mind. I'm not making any conclusions at the current moment. Just keep it in mind, the whole motorcycle Harley Davidson aspect of things. Okay.
All right. So we don't know.
Oh, sorry. One more thing. I did do this like auto AI caption thing. I didn't manually do these captions. So hopefully it helps, but I can't make any promises that it's completely accurate. I'm like flying by the seat of my pants, but it was supposed to be to help.
So this is the guy that
yes, that they sent yes, Beaver County sniper scene and sent the pictures out. This is him.
Okay. All right.
Rifle right there, obviously.
Got it.
Okay. So the first 12 seconds, we have a few different, what appear to be kind of like sniper type dudes on the roof, and then a guy in a suit. It appears to me that he's probably the boss of some sort. You know, he's wearing the suit. So he's trying to get his ducks in a row. We can see that water tower over there, which is going to become important in a moment. Again, if y'all want to watch this without my commentary, this video is a commentary. I'm doing commentary, so y'all can go watch it, you know, without my commentary. I understand if y'all want to. We see the water tower. We see the Second Amendment device right there. We see a foot. The assailant is blurred out other than the foot. And then they're talking about...
Beaver County sniper scene and sent the pictures out. This is him.
Okay. All right.
They're talking about an incident that had happened a little bit earlier. And I do have the timeline if I need to pull it up. But it was a little bit earlier that one of those snipers took a picture of Thomas, what's his name, Crooks, from a second-story window, and Thomas Crooks was like on the ground somewhere. So the sniper grabs this picture of the guy and a couple pictures, I think, and circulates it. It was circulates from the Beaver County Police, or maybe it was the state police. It was not the Secret Service. One of the police departments, the more local law enforcement, sent this picture. From what I understand. So there's an agent, his name's Gary, we're going to learn. So these guys are talking now on the roof saying, yes, the guy that sent the picture of him earlier, he confirmed, yes, this is the same guy. So they're gathering up their evidence.
Rifle right there, obviously.
Got it. So the bike in the back, is he on that bike?
Okay. So we see him, look, I'm going to make him bigger. We see him pointing, gesturing to the other way, the opposite direction of the water tower. And he's referring to a bike. Okay. So to me, that can't be referring to the motorcycle, because correct me if I'm wrong, if maybe I got it backwards. Do I have it backwards? I think he would need to be on the, like pointing in the other direction for it to be where that bike is. Now, does that mean that there wasn't an incident earlier with the same Harley Davidson? Does that mean I can't tell left from right? Does that mean, I can't read a map to save my life. I do have a little bit of a spatial difficulty. So, I mean, somebody tell me he's pointing in the opposite direction, right? Okay, let's listen further. They're talking about a bike. Listen to what he says and maybe read the captions, which perhaps are reliable. I don't know. I haven't checked.
Sent the pictures out. This is him.
Okay. All right.
Rifle's right there, obviously.
Got it. So the bike in the back. Is he on that bike?
We don't know.
So the caption said background. He didn't say that. He said that bike in the back. Was he on that bike? And this guy with the body camera on is saying, we don't know.
So the bike in the back. Is he on that bike?
We don't know.
We don't know.
I don't know.
Treating that as suspicious device.
Oh, 1 second. I believe the sniper that seen these and sent the pictures is right inside this building. Michelle, is Greg in there? All right. So if you go to that window that's open and yell for Greg, that's the sniper that.
So that's some information we get here. The one that took the picture, first name is Greg. This public record.
Sent the original pictures and seen him come from the bike and set the book back down and then lost sight of him.
Okay.
He's the one that sent the pictures out. I don't know if you got the same ones I did.
I think I did, yeah. He's like got his glasses on and he's
So we had the picture of that.
I got that.
I wish I could see. Let me see. Even without the watermark on there, let me see if I can. Oops. All right. That'd be good. All right. Let me add this one up on here. I don't think you can see it.
You can scrub forward.
Yeah, original pictures and seen him. Go to that seen these and send the pictures is right.
This suspicious device.
Oh.
I don't think you'll be able to see it, but I'm going to pull it up.
So this suspicious device.
Oh, 1 second. I believe the sniper that seen these and sent the pictures is right inside this building. Michelle, is Greg in there? All right. So if you go to that window that's open and yell for Greg, that's the sniper that sent the original pictures and seen him come from the bike and set the book back down and then lost sight of him.
Okay.
He's the one that sent the pictures out. I don't know if you got the same ones I did.
I think I did, yeah. He's like got his glasses on and he's
See his little, oh, they're blurring it out. Oh, no wonder we can't tell what it is. They're blurring it out. Okay. So, not going to be able to see what it is because this is redacted. Okay, that's fine. Whatever. So we don't know.
And then lost sight of him.
okay.
He's the one that sent the pictures out. I don't know if you got the same ones I did.
I think I did, yeah. He's like got his glasses on and he's
No, it's a manual redaction. You can see it's like staying in the same spot, but the phone is moving. They've blurred it out on purpose. So we don't know what bike they're talking about. Inconclusive.
So we had the picture of that.
I got that.
Okay, and then this is his bike with the stuff. And our
I just want to tell y'all, I don't know what really is showing here. If it's like, this is a little graphic. So I can understand if you need to take this moment to click away.
sniper seen him walking away from that, I believe.
Okay.
But he would be right inside that window. He's the one that physically seen this.
He said motorbike. Somebody said motorbike. Hold on. It's as loud as it goes. I need to pull that other one back up because I had done all this audio, enhancement to it, and you can't even hear this stupid one. Okay, hold on. Let me just pull that one back up. Oh, man, this is the joys of doing stuff live. I watched the neat and tidy CNN version.
So we don't know.
Greg in there? All right, so if you go to that window that's open and yell for Greg, that's the sniper that sent the original pictures and seen him come from the bike and set the book back down and then lost sight of him.
Okay.
He's the one that sent the pictures out. I don't know if you got the same ones I did.
I think I did, yeah. He's like got his glasses on and he's
So we had the picture of that.
I got that.
Okay, and then this is his bike with the stuff. And our sniper seen him walking away from that, I believe.
Okay.
But he would be right inside that window.
Okay, so we don't know if it is the Harley or not. It's a bike. We don't know who the bike belongs to, but apparently the same guy that took that picture, his name's Greg. He's a sniper who was stationed on the second window. Greg apparently also, according to this body camera footage, saw the shooter take a backpack from a bike, maybe motorbike, maybe bicycle. We don't know. And then they lost track of the man. Then they lost track of Thomas. And then what happened?
He's the one that physically seen this, sent the pictures, and called it out.
Okay, so, and we have somebody detained, correct?
That I don't know.
People detained on this side.
Okay, thank you, Edie. Okay, so this helps fill in some blanks. I'm going to have to go to that after this. But as y'all can hear, they are talking about having someone, actually 2 people detained. That means like in custody or whatever. And the the man in black, the man in the suit, he's like, why do you have them detained? Why? What did they do that was so bad?
Seen this, sent the pictures, and called it out.
Okay, so, and we have somebody detained, correct?
That I don't know.
People detained on this.
There were 2 people detained, one of them said, and he's pointing back over by what I believe over there, that's where the motorcycle is. So over there, motorcycle, 2 people are detained according to this guy. Now, as y'all can tell, all these are kind of different accounts. Like all of them are talking with authority, but it's differing, right? So I don't know who's the most credible here.
Our guy that was just up here told me that
Also, thank you for the $4.99 super chat,
there's
Edie.
a guy detained. He's the owner of the bike. And I said,
So they detained the owner of the bike. And then Edie just said, I tagged you in a video on X, and I will go to it after this. She said, it is an interview of a guy with the same exact bicycle who says he was detained by the FBI. So we'll go check that out after this.
no, that's the owner of the bike.
Yeah.
And then this goes, I don't know, kind of to like KB's point. Maybe we're talking about a bicycle and a bike. Maybe there's some miscommunications
All right, good.
going on.
Because I would like to offer some disambiguation. First off, there's a Harley Davidson motorcycle, sometimes called a bike, that was at the scene, and they held that for a while. And then Scott pointed out this New York Post article. Trump gunman Thomas Crook used a bike to scout rally unimpeded. They mean a bicycle, and they're pointing at this bicycle, and that bicycle also had a backpack, because if you read it, the bike was left with what appears to be a shirt flung over the handlebars, shoes ditched at the pedals, and a backpack propped up against the wheels. So my question is as follows. If he left his backpack at the bicycle, how did he occult or hide the rifle as he was climbing onto the roof? Also, shoes he was wearing when he got shot. So did he have special bicycle shoes? Because he didn't ride it very far. He parked the van. We have a video later. A couple hundred yards away on a side street where he wasn't supposed to be parked. And so again, was there a device in the backpack? If there's a device, you can't also carry your deconstructed rifle. If you have a deconstructed rifle, you still have to walk up on top of that building. And any spotter seeing somebody up there with a rifle, you get your head blown off under usual circumstances, not the type that Director Cheadle creates. Those are unusual circumstances. But thus far, I mean, what do you guys think? Does this make sense that he had a bicycle and left the backpack, but he needed the backpack to hide the rifle to get to the roof? Like, it doesn't, that even makes less sense what they're showing us right now.
Well, I mean, multiple backpacks. There's the multiple backpack theory.
You think he carried maybe? Like, because as it shows from the official story, he in his white van parked on the side street. Out of the white van, he takes the bicycle, his rifle, a backpack, a rangefinder, and a various other accoutrement yet to be disclosed. He rides over. He's registered for the event, but he doesn't actually go through security. He's seen by security, but not actually obstructed from committing the crime. There's a lot to it. And, it's interesting what like Rand Corporation type mentalities might think up for the American population.
Totally. I mean, if you had a smaller backpack within the backpack and took like the
Russian backpack
detached
theory, backpack theory, dude,
exactly.
Right there. I think you might be on the nested Russian backpack theory.
Yep.
Of 713.
Yep. And then just detach the upper lower receiver. You can put those in a backpack pretty easily and slap them together up on the roof. You're good to go.
All right,
I
now
don't know,
with
man.
yeah, maybe.
Everyone's doing some kind of self-help these days, and you can find a million self-help courses out there. Most other courses out there are hosting lectures. They're hosting videos, they're maybe even doing Q&As, and these are great starting points to encourage learning. But at Autonomy, we believe that hands-on practice is the best way to really lock in what we're learning. There's no better way to gain confidence and mastery than through action. After each lecture, we practice the concepts we've learned with other students, giving and receiving feedback in a non-judgmental environment. The result is mastery of concepts like entrepreneurship, ethical sales, and self-reliance in an environment that directly translates to the real world. Plus, you make connections with other like-minded individuals who are learning right alongside you, and you have a lifetime membership in the community. The Autonomy course with Richard Grove equips you with confidence, competence, and courage in a world filled with confusion and noise. You can learn more at getautonomy.info. We'll see you there.
What makes the Grand Theft World podcast unique, invigorating, exciting, and informative? Most other podcasts out there are either doing straight up interviews or they're just covering the daily news. They're covering current events from the day they happened. And that is effective. It's useful. It's a great starting point. And then sometimes these current events change during the week past the first story. So we like to give it a little time. You have to wait till some of the dust settles on these stories in order to give them accurate coverage. And the other thing that's really missing in the media landscape is covering the articles that are coming out every day. That's great. That's necessary. But who's bringing in contextual history so that you can understand what has been going on for decades and decades to lead up to the machinations and actions that we see unfolding today? So what we do here on the podcast is we cover current events. Many of these things are censored, but we wait about a week. As a forensic historian, I focused mainly through my career on the history of globalism and collectivism and things that they call maybe the New World Order. There's a lot of facts to these sort of circumstances, groups, events, activities, working groups that they've had over time. So for Grand Theft World listeners, we not only break down the current events, most of which that are censored during the week, we provide you with contextual history, we give you the source notes, the references, we do deep dives, and this really empowers you with an understanding of context and history so that you can make more informed decisions in your life. There's also a community, a membership where you guys can actually ask questions and we can get into the show and we can share evidence. And there's a town hall weekly for Grand Theft World for those who listen to it and are interested in covering the stories that we don't get to during a 6-hour show. Listening to it an hour a day, you could easily consume the week's news, but you're going to have substance and meaning and context and understanding. And with that, you can make higher quality decisions in your life. So if you're interested in more quality in your life, go to grandtheftworld.com, click podcast at the top, and we'll see you there. Thank you.
These allegations are false.
This isn't Grand Theft Auto, folks. This isn't a video game.
What are the most surprising things that you discovered once you started pulling on that thread? Who he was connected to, what institutions he was influential over, what events he participated in?
Come on, man. What are we talking about? Come on, man. No.
You don't have to think about it, dude.
I got this quote because you said you didn't know much about Klaus Schwab. I made it my job to, as soon as this happened, I'm like, okay, this guy's their front man. Let me learn about the official history of the World Economic Forum. I got their 40-year history. I got every book that Klaus Schwab has written or ghostwritten. I went through those books. This is one of the most interesting passages.
Come on, man.